What's up, everybody? Tommy here, Math Productions, out in the garage, and I'm telling you guys about my top 10 personal favorite, the best immersion mods that you could get for your game, right? It's again the top 10 best, for my opinion, immersion mods. And I'm going to start out here with the first two actually, most recent upload on the video. You can see him a little bit more in depth. You're going to see him in the background. I'm actually going to show off nine of this top 10 list on screen in this video. But number one, it's by Zone 79, the Starfield crowd overhaul. When I'm talking about immersion for me, I'm talking about the subtle type things that have a profound impact that make me feel immersed within the world itself. Not necessarily like game-changing type things, but like number two from Old Bard, their most recent mod, paid mod, both of these, 1 and 2, but Bard's NPCs names for all. With these two mods, like again I said in the most recent upload, changes the unique look of each citizen, gives each of those unique citizens their own unique name. And when we're talking about immersion, both of those things cannot be overstated. Number three, it's Take Your Time, quests don't auto-start. We're going to walk up by this Ryusian information kiosk where you could normally hear an advertisement about applying for a job, which would automatically give you a quest. We'll talk to some security guards later that would normally give you a quest, but with Take Your Time, quests don't auto-start, your quest log does not immediately fill up, and you actually have to go and interact with those NPC characters throughout the worldscape, right? So that way you can actually get those quest lines to start. You can't just hear about it in passing, you have to go and find it. And again, when you're talking about immersion, that forces you to be immersed in that worldscape, right? Number four, more NPCs have routines and stores have schedules. There's a add-on as well for the DLC, right? The Shattered Space, same with Take Your Time. But this mod, it makes it so that each of the vendors, each of the stores and shops throughout the settled systems actually have operating hours when you can and cannot find those NPC vendors at those locations. New vendors are added, robots, new lines of dialogue. There's data slates at each location that let you know what those schedules are. And again, it just brings the world even more to life, gives every one of those NPCs a purpose. It can impact your game. Middle of the night, you're trying to buy some supplies. You got to wait it out till morning. Maybe now you got a reason to go explore the city further when you might not have otherwise, right? That's again, when I'm talking about immersion mods, that's really a core aspect of what I'm looking for. Things that don't beat me over the head with something drastically different, you know what I'm saying, from what's in the game by default, what was the original intention of the people who made that game, right? But things that just accentuate what's already there and pull me deeper into that world that's already been created, right? Bringing these NPCs and stores, actual routines and schedules and stuff like that, truly incredible. Now this one does add a gameplay mechanic, but because of the way that it's made, because of the way that it works, because of the way that it looks, number 5 by Downfall Nemesis, the Settled Systems Shuttle Service. This mod is crazy cool. When you're talking about RPing a character that doesn't just have the frontier by default, you need to work your way, earn your way to getting that first starship. You're going to need a way to complete missions, quests, jobs across the settled systems, and for a small fee, it's even got a rewards program. This shuttle service is wildly cool in my opinion. Look at it. It looks like an actual logistics hub, right? Got people waiting, got the luggage, got the schedules on the board, got the ticket booths, and it's an incredibly well done mod. I've done a standalone video on this and a couple other paid mods recently as well. You'll notice in this list, good mix of free mods and paid mods, definitely including some paid mods in this. It's not a top 10 best free immersion mods, it's my favorite top 10 best immersion mods. Yes, some of them are paid. It is what it is, you know what I'm saying? I support these creators, and it's absolutely all of these mods that are paid that I'm showing off on screen, in my opinion, entirely worth the creation credits spent, right? But the reason we're running away from the shuttle, even though it was landing, next up on the list, and we need them with us for what we're going to talk about through the end of the video, but number 6 Not what I thought it was coming. This is the one. Remember how I said 9 of them are on screen, 10 of them aren't? Well, number 6, crew eats food. I love it for the fact that when you have crew and it's assigned to a ship or an outpost or whatever, this just affects the ships, right? But when they're assigned to a ship, there's no real maintenance or upkeep by default. This mod makes it so you should keep, because it gives you buffs or debuffs, you know what I'm saying? But you should keep food and drink readily available for those crew that you've assigned, because they will give you a buff or debuff depending on if they're fed or if they're thirsty. Because again, we're trying to go for immersive type things, and we're trying to go for things that make the world feel more lived in, right? Well, if you don't have to worry about the sustenance of your crew, that's not super immersive, but adding that in is an awesome bit of immersion. That's absolutely why I had to recommend it. Number 7, what I thought was coming up next by Aurelianus, the gang is all here. I showed a little bit of how you can teleport your companions to you just then. Even when they're not assigned to a ship or an outpost, you can still teleport them to you. They'll still follow you around. And I absolutely enjoy The Gang Is All Here. Another one that's got a companion mod for the DLC. And I don't like running in the game solo. I like having a crew with me. The Gang Is All Here is my absolute favorite mod for that. And just like real life, you know what I'm saying? For me, at least, I am an extrovert more often than not. I like to have people around me, you know what I'm saying? So in the game, it's just the same. And again, for immersion, really enjoy it. Number 8, Shades Immersive Looting. It does impact gameplay, for sure. It is an immersion mod that adds a gameplay mechanic. But again, we're talking about immersion, bringing the world to life. When you down an enemy, being able to loot everything from them as opposed to just 1 or 2 items, at least having the option to be able to loot all of those things availably is incredible. The UI for the mod is super simple. It's a clean mod. It's a fantastic mod. I know what I'm doing right now. I don't condone it, okay? So I was going to show off going through the bank. I deliberately sabotaged the persuasion negotiation attempt, and I did go through and like kind of thematically use this mod on all those down Shaw gang members, only to realize that I didn't record it. So you know what I'm saying? And we were just going, we ain't spending a whole lot of time on this. So I showed off Shades with some Aquila City guards. I'm sorry, guards. You guys are named. You're not nameless, guards, thanks to old Bard. But yeah, Shades Immersive Looting, when you're talking about immersive looting, I mean, it's in the name. It's the best at what it does in that aspect. Highly recommend it. Number 9, Living Outpost. Again, another paid mod, but this mod is awesome. It was, for me, it was in this slot, you know what I'm saying? It was between Living Outpost and Bard's Outpost Recruitment Beacon. I've done an abundance of videos on the Recruitment Beacon, and since we already had old Bard on the list, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to go ahead and shout out Living Outpost because what it brings, being able to specifically assign crew members stationed at an outpost into a bed and into a workstation so they have their own living space, so that they have their own workspace. That mod is fantastic. Now we get to the end, the last mod for my top 10 best personal favorite immersion mods for the game. You guys absolutely knew that this mod was going to get mentioned. There's no way it wasn't. I'm only going to talk about the base mod, but there are so many wonderful add-ons that you should absolutely grab all of them by Ghost Rider 231, Xeno Master. Xeno Master absolutely changes the game in so many ways. I've talked about how I feel about this mod ad nauseum. I told Ghost directly what I feel about this mod. Bethesda needs to cut Ghost a check, either for the mod itself and what it brings mechanically to the game, or they should just hire Ghost, you know what I'm saying, and let him do stuff like this for them directly. But when it talks about, so Starfield encourages you, it wants you to explore, and it gives you some reasons to explore, but maybe it's just a personal thing for me, but when you see all of these fauna out in the field, you want to be able to interact with them and engage with them and have them maybe even become a companion of yours, and Xeno Master does that. It encourages you to explore across the systems in this game. Every place that could possibly have a living creature, go and explore it, find what it has to offer, collect it as your own companion, and you can assign them at outposts. You can feed them like regular food, you can feed them special treats to give them different abilities, you can name them, you can assign them to specific outposts. There's outpost features like rugs and stuff like that where they'll lay at and interact with. Xeno Master, it encourages, so again there, it encourages outpost building, it encourages ship building, it encourages planet exploration. It gives you another means of having companions with you in the game, whether it just be for exploring the scenery or for going into combat. I cannot overstate enough how much I enjoy Xeno Master. But that is my top 10 list of the best immersion mods in my opinion. I hope that you guys enjoyed the list. If you do, I hope you press the like button. Let me know in the comments below what you think. I hope you consider subscribing to the channel. There's tons more on the way. And as always, take care.